Hey folks, Matt from Weight Health Synergy here. Gonna show you how to make a variation on coconut almond yogurt. You've probably seen that on Liferegenerator, Dan McDonald, Dan the Man. But I'm gonna do it a little differently. We're gonna show you how to make almond yogurt, no coconuts, and we're gonna use a little different starter. I'm gonna use a plain yogurt starter. So all you need for that is a natural yogurt, just a plain natural yogurt that has an active bacteria culture that you know will start yogurt. Now I'm using Astro Balkan style yogurt. I know this stuff will start yogurt perfectly because I've used it lots of times to make regular yogurt with milk. So basically what you want to do is you take almonds and you want to soak them overnight, 24 hours or so. So I've already soaked mine. What I did, you fill your jar up halfway, fill it up the rest of the way with water, and leave yourself a bit of headroom, about an inch at the top, so you're not going to overflow. And then leave them to soak. 24 hours is good. A little bit sooner is not a bad thing, but 24 hours is what you're aiming for. So there's my almonds. They've been soaked already. They're all swollen up. When I put them in the jar and they were dry, they were right about here. You can see they've almost filled the jar, pretty much where the water level was. So I've already rinsed them and drained them. And we're going to need 3 cups of water. I've got 3 cups of RO filtered water here. So basically what we're doing is we're using my Vitamix 5200. We're putting our almonds. Almonds are into the Vitamix. And we're going to add, actually we'll put our yogurt in next. About a tablespoon of yogurt works. And if you want to make sure you got enough starter, put 2 in. It's not going to hurt to add a little extra. And then if you take your 3 cups of yogurt, sorry, 3 cups of water, we're going to add that in. Okay. And I should just note here, you might have noticed that this is actually a blueberry yogurt. This is Astro Balkan style fruit on the bottom. I usually buy the large tubs, the red and white tubs of Astro Balkan style plain. But with the fruit on the bottom with the Astro Balkan style, the top part, because it's not mixed, is just plain yogurt, and it works for a starter too. I've used it before. So I just had the single serving sizes if you're wondering why it looks like it's fruit. For yourselves, do not try and use a mixed fruit yogurt. It will not start a culture for either yogurt or for almond yogurt or anything else you're trying to make yogurt from. You got to get plain yogurt. In this case, it is plain yogurt on the top because it's fruit on the bottom, and I've actually used this before, so I know it's going to work. But by far and large, just buy the plain yogurt that has a good starter in it. Or you can buy a yogurt starter. You can buy little packets of yogurt starter. I find it's cheaper and easier just to use a good yogurt that you know is going to work. So anyways, we've put our almonds in, we've put 3 cups of water in, and we've put 2 tablespoons of yogurt in as a starter. So we're going to put our lid on, make sure it's on tight, and got our Vitamix. I'm looking at it backwards here, so I'm just making sure I'm hitting the right controls. So we're going to turn it on. I like to turn it down a couple times just to make sure nothing's getting stuck in an air pocket at the bottom or something. Usually isn't, but I just like to. So we gave it a good blend, 30 seconds to a minute. Just make sure it's all blended up. You want to see the browns of the almonds get as fine and as basically unnoticeable as possible. So make sure it's good and blended. And that's ready to go, folks. That's our almond yogurt. And that's it in there. Basically, I'm going to pour it into a bowl, into a container. And we will leave it for 24 hours. So once you blended it, you pour it into a bowl. preferably one with a lid. And if you don't have one with a lid, you can put some saran wrap over it, but it's always, I like it's easier to use one with a lid. And 24 hours at room temperature. So once you've poured it into the bowl, cover it with a lid or saran wrap or something, make sure it's covered, and 24 hours at room temperature, and come back and check it and it should be ready. If it's not quite, then you might want to let it sit for another 8 hours and then check it again, and you should be fine at that point. But basically, sometimes if you have a cooler room, it takes a little longer than 24 hours. You know, if your room is somewhere between 72 and 76 or somewhere in there, you should be fine at 24 hours. So that is how you make almond yogurt, folks. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back soon with some more weight loss tips, some more health advice. And thanks.